Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The grand finale of the Ryzing Star Cup powered by AMD is upon us. The top two seeds made it all the way into the grand final. It is W League rematch time. It is these two glorious warriors, the two who made us so happy at WGL, no pun intended. HawK, for the very first time, getting out of the groups, top 8 finish, losing in the quarterfinal, only 2-1 against Romantic, and Happy, making it all the way into the grand final, was there, defeated by Lin, but calling himself a vice world champion isn't too shabby, I guess. It's a Russian battle for the crown in the Ryzing Star Cup #1. It's a best of 5, and we start on Amazonia. You're muted, my friend. So we started this cup with 100 players, pretty much unseen in European or Western Warcraft cups. But yeah, the name of AMD brought us here, and let's see who's coming out on top. It's HawK in the red, it's Happy in the bottom left. Off we go.
And dude, what a start here by HawK. It is a Pally rifle build.
Oh yes.
Which he was one of the first to introduce it to Northrend. I think it was Thorzane first and then him. Those two were the big players. But HawK never really played in the big tournaments. However, as shown by Thorzane, you can take maps off of Happy. Absolutely. And let's think back to that WGL match. It was a 3-2 in favor of Happy, yes, but very close. And it was AZ, in fact, the last map where HawK's tier 3 style didn't work. He's trying a different style now. He's trying the Pally style now. And that must come as a surprise.
Indeed, and thinking back to W League, not only was it HawK versus Happy 2-3, but in the semifinal was Happy 2-3 against Thorzane as well, with exactly that style. The question now is, can HawK execute this strategy as well as Thorzane did, with the Blood Mage second, with the banishes, with the saves, to not let Happy spiral out of control? In the semifinal, the one we saw, Happy looked invincible, top tier micro. He's definitely gonna need that against Holy Light, against Siphon Mana especially. We have a DK opening, and Happy, DK, AZ. There's a lot of memories right here. How great his harass was, but how greedy is he? Not 100%. He's not going through the lab immediately.
He scoured the Pally rifles, so there's nothing to do immediately anyway. So he's going for the first green camp to start things off. By the way, before we really kick off the action here, I want to shout out some more of our supporters. I don't know exactly where we left off. I think it was...
Fishy.
Fishy?
Yeah, I am Fishy.
I am Fishy, okay. Kurtle, thank you very much for the 4 months. M. Williams, thank you for the 8 months. And Realton, thank you for the 7. So, in we go. DK now looking for the harass. Pally going for the small camp first, playing around the last hit.
Reacting to this DK immediately. It's of course quite nice with the rifle to put some damage onto him, but the skeletons are coming as well. HawK is reacting pretty much perfect so far, but the coil will be there. And there's the steal. There's level 2. Almost 0 experience on the Paladin. And Happy comes in again.
Always takes a little bit to come online. Once you have like 4 rifles, you feel pretty good. You are the stronger force on the map. But until then, you can get slowed down, you can get harassed. Maybe you're going to lose even a rifle. But it's mostly about experience early on.
And the last hit went to the Paladin here on the little one. So at least he got something. But Happy has, of course, his aura to work with now. HawK feels forced into the Murlocs already. That is poison damage. Not too great, and Happy with the lightning shield taking out the lab. Ooh, that's quite brave.
That's risky though. If HawK goes up there, but it's gonna be too late to do anything about the big boy. Oh, close. Happy with all the patience. Look at this. Oh my god. He waits for nighttime and then goes for that camp and steals that away from the Pally. It's all about experience for this Paladin.
How can this man impress us on such a almost daily basis? I've never seen this before from an undead. Lightning shield creep stealing the lab of a human on AZ.
And you know what? It wasn't even that risky because there's no catch in this army. There's no Stormbolt or Hex or anything. Yeah, Holy Light is a bit of nuke damage, but it's only 70 against the DK. He was the only thing really in trouble there. HawK didn't need to give that away. He should have perhaps protected it better, but you can't blame him too much. Happy just playing it perfectly to the edge.
HawK, not with the worst start either. Now level 2. Of course, a lot of the camps that are close to his base are already gone. Oh, Happy is waiting in the shadows with the cloak for the last hit. Is it in time? No. Not even trying.
Yeah, the DK didn't have vision range there, I think. So he needed the Fiends to see it.
Okay, and HawK still has 3 Holy Lights. So nuking these rifles isn't too easy. And we're getting close to the critical mass where damage is really good and creeping is really easy. Well, let's see how he takes it from here. Tier 3 is already on the way for Happy. Slaughterhouse a little late. Or, I mean, later than the tech and later than the Lich.
All these rifles being hurt, though, as they are, that makes things dangerous. When the Lich comes with Nova, that could be a lot of kills. HawK really needs this regen scroll. And the shop is coming up in the back. But perhaps he's going to be a little more greedy here, continuing to creep. And he's going to go bottom right. That's a very unusual camp. Happy may not expect this. Of course,
Happy lost
with
vision
5 rifles, you creep quite a bit faster than with 5 Fiends. Rifles actually have more DPS than Fiends do.
We have a couple of more supporters here, by the way. Thank you, Dave Boy, 25 months soon. With a 7-month, and 7G for the 8-month resub. Thanks for the great job, guys. Keep it up. Much love from Manchester. Shout out to the UK.
Paladin items really not the greatest. Double cloak and Quel'Thalas boots.
Yeah, really
He
unlucky.
was hoping for better stuff. Oh, but now the Lich, he's gonna have a feeding frenzy over here. HawK's too slow to see. He's gonna lose at least 1 rifle. That's 2 rifles down.
Wow,
That
the damage calculation. 1 shot, 1 coil. So perfect again. And yeah, HawK's in trouble. Long range upgrade, okay. Blood Mage coming as well, okay. But Happy has a lot of time to creep now. Close to level 2 Lich, claws on him. Double ring of protection on the DK, so nuking him somehow is also not too easy.
Keeps the Quel'Thalas. I'd like to see him sell it, actually. It's 1.8 armor more. But is that such a big deal when you're at 8+ anyways? Well, next creep camp now coming in is all about creep camps. Level 3 Blood Mage is an enormous level up. But solo creeping him might be a little bit too dangerous.
You benefit a lot from the level 2 Devotion Aura as well, especially when Orb of Corruption comes into play. So I guess sharing experience is the better choice right here.
Was he actually expanding HawK on 40 supply only?
He has the gold, he has the lumber.
That kind of works out perfectly with a possible tier 3 timing push by Happy. That looks risky.
Yeah, I don't... Like, also the base, 1 Arcane Tower, that's it. If Happy's going for a Destroyer Bust and dodges a couple of Riflemen, it's not gonna look good for HawK. He also has a Sorceress first.
I like that. He has the Destroyer counter already with the rifles, but it's only 5 rifles. It's really not that many.
Yeah.
With
And
Dark Ranger coming in now with Silence, these could die really quickly.
And there we go, no Holy Light, first sword down. That means, of course, no Black Arrow for the Snowball, but he doesn't need that. He has the damage. Coil on the Lich to have him in the fight. Good damage on that side. More Riflemen falling. HawK seemingly without the chance. This Blood Mage in the middle of everything. Banish, okay, but for how long will that last? The Silence is on point. Oh, okay, there we go. Holy Light was good. DK kind of low, Paladin kind of low. HawK is responding nicely to this, but calls for the GG. That was too strong of a push. Played pretty much into Happy's arms.
Yeah. Slightly sloppy, giving up the first creep camp to the Lightning Shield DK like that. Then losing 2 rifles also a little bit sloppily. And then I guess after that it was a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Hopeful attempt at the expansion. Didn't look like a Thorzane rifle play right there.
No, definitely not. Well, we'll
That
see.
is That is probably the single worst map for HawK's preferred style of tier 3 rifles, though. So, probably because of that map, this weird thing was tried, this weird strat was tried. I don't think we're going to be seeing that again, honestly.
No, I wouldn't think so. His tier 1 stuff just works out so well so far. Thank you, Zebra Surgeon, for 2 years of resubbing. As always, 6 streams. Thanks for 2 years. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is HawK's pick. It's gonna be Echo Isles.
Yeah, HawK has actually started to play fast expansions as well. It was against WFZ, right? He played one game Fast Expo, and the other ones, I think it was, or against who?
No, against Lucifer.
Against Lucifer, right? Against Lucifer.
Clover
exactly.
Cup.
Yeah. If HawK could be able to perfect 3 playstyles, one base tier 3, pally rifles, and fast expansion, that would make him such a super scary player in this matchup.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to perfect all 3 of these. And dude, look at this. I would have never expected that. He's trying with the pally rifles again.
Okay. Having faith.
When did this happen?
I don't know, man.
Does he feel like he can't beat Happy with the more normal plays?
Did work in W League, but since then it's quite some time ago. Yeah, HawK not building anything so far. There it is, Blacksmith. It's a pally rifles once more. Huh.
At least it's not hard to identify what the mistakes in game 1 were. You gave away a camp to the DK, which you never should give away, and you lost 2 rifles, which you really shouldn't have given away. So, you know, on paper, easy mistakes to rectify.
Yeah. Also, easy to expand on this map, if that's still his plan, and not just a Hail Mary play. I don't know.
When Thorzane played it, it was mostly one base until tier 3, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, like, whenever he won a fight, he kind of expanded. Sometimes tier 2 expansions. Like, to be honest, especially the tier 2 expansions, they work quite a bit.
Yeah, but that last fight, like, being forced into the all-in fight with 5 rifles, that's not enough. That's just not enough. Happy's gonna run in, he's gonna silence the pally, coil nova, the first rifle is dead instantly. So then you're down to 4 rifles. And then the damage just isn't enough anymore.
Seems like it. But yeah, Happy's control, perfect as always. The silences, so good. Happy's looking for the mercenary camp. Would be surprised if that is what he does with this build. DK is running over, so he got the scout here in the south. He will have a scout in the north and prevent creeping again.
But he gets no early experience this time. AZ was already a better opening, with Happy getting the first small camp for his 160 XP. So I wonder if he misread this. I wonder if he was just absolutely not expecting the pally. I mean, neither was I.
No, neither were we.
It just completely failed, so... And we know that normally we see the tier 3 Archmage play instead by HawK. So here we go, big last hit. If the coil could steal it, that would be big, but barely misses.
Okay, this, as you said, goes better for HawK than pretty much the entire game 1. Militia are quite hurt. There's a corpse now for more skeleton. Oh, pump fake, pump fake. He got 1 worker, but that's about it. The entire camp goes to HawK.
HawK forgot about the Holy Light there, unfortunately. But yeah, HawK played around the last hits with the coil really, really well. To the DK.
Despite 2 fakes, not falling for it at all.
And that early level 2 on the DK in game 1 made a massive difference. If the DK doesn't get level 2 here quickly, there's no real way for him to look for a continuous trading game. And the Pally's already level 2.
Yep.
This game is looking much, much better.
Devotion Aura early helps the Rifleman so much. I mean, the Skeleton do great damage to them. You constantly have them against you. as long as you don't have a critical mass of riflemen, you can't really deal with them except microing all the time, which is super stressful. So yeah, they kind of have to tank a little as well. We saw that on AZ, especially in the bottom right creep spot.
It's quite the enormous tech lead, though. My goodness.
Players' forces are under attack.
More than half a tech ahead over here. But if HawK manages to retain good health everywhere, then even the Lich coming in might not be able to find kills. If the Pally is level 3 and there's like 6 rifles, you can even hold on with being solo hero yourself only for a little while. Blood Mage will of course be joining, but will be a little bit late this game.
Ooh, Happy going for the marketplace. The Skeleton and the Fiend. Fiend gets ensnared, but the Magi goes to the Undead. Has a claw again, by the way. And a Greater Mana. The Dream drops for the DK.
It's gonna creep the whole camp. Nicely manipulating the AI with the Ogre Warriors. Partly just running around, not dealing damage. But I think HawK is satisfied with this game. He's just creeping up. He gets his levels, he gets his rifles. It's very close now to level 3.
Happy almost getting the entire camp, but yeah. Double claw for the Paladin as well. Will be nice on the Blood Mage. Circlets, of course, would be a little better. Or maybe even rings at this point. Shop comes up a little earlier. Tier 2 around the corner. By Happy, we see the Tier 3 tech, the Lich, and the Slaughterhouse as always.
HawK sold both claws. That is not something we see very often.
Okay, for a circlet.
I like it though. Like he really doesn't have good carriers for the claws. Blood Mage in theory, has high attack speed, but he's always siphoning, so can't really make use of it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Rifle upgrades coming already. Armor first. Oh, no, he cancelled it. Oh, okay. Cancels the upgrade. And the Blood Mage now is coming, along with long rifles. Oh, but Happy once again is finding a good creep jack.
Yeah, and this time he might get the kill. No, against he has no coil. He would have had to invest the potion, but wants to save it for later. Oh, Holy Light could be spammed. He's following. No boots, of course. And the DK is safe with that Nova.
And that's what I talked about earlier. If the Pally gets level 3 early and decent rifle numbers are there, you can even fight with 1 hero against 2. Because there's no statue yet. Statue coming into the mix is going to change a lot.
Rifle's not too well. Oh, the coil again a little too late, and HawK gets the Fiend.
Yeah, and that was the big man I used, not saving the Fiend.
Yeah. He could have gotten way more investing into that potion earlier. But missed the timing for it. Blood Mage is out. Sanctum is coming. This game looking pretty good for HawK so far.
Militia called. Ooh, is he feeling so confident? He did just kill a Fiend. He did just force the big mana, which was essentially a waste. Well, not a waste, but certainly not full potential.
Happy creeping the second unique spot of the map, not following HawK to his expansion. Gives the human some time. Watch Award's really good. But yeah, Siphon has arrived, and that is Holy Light spammery.
Oh, and he brought the regen scroll as well. Really nice.
Yeah.
HawK is playing this super well. Game 1 was like, are you so well practiced with this strategy? I don't know. But game 2 is looking completely different.
So what's Happy's reaction? Is it a bust or is it a counter expansion? So far, we don't see a 6th Acolyte. Skeleton sees this, confirms it. HawK going for tower already as well. More skeletons for more harass. Watch Award sees the entire army in inventory.
Habish is always lagging behind in experience. All started with the first move of the game being a waste, running across the map, getting 0 experience. And I love this first sorceress. Gives this army what it doesn't have, which is catch.
Yeah.
Can of course be Coil Nova easily, but that's a Coil Nova forced.
Banish would be a little bit of a catch, but you can't always be 100% sure to get it. And then you can't really do damage except Holy Light to it. So, Expo up. Tower, 60%. More creeping. And Happy, still no 6th Acolyte. Going Crypt Lord.
Crypt Lord. Oh, Okay.
You
Theoretically-
sound like you doubt the big bug.
I love the hero, my favorite hero in the game, but it rarely finds a decent
Player's forces are
spot
under
for
attack.
himself.
Alright. Happy is going in. Nova. We have a destroyer as well, but so far only one kill. DK only level 3, Lich only level 2, no upgrades around the corner, also no triple hero.
Give the ring to the... Oh, misclick.
Oh, Invul.
No, Divine Shield.
Ah, true. So he has 2-1-1 instead. Interesting adjustment.
That's the safety
Player's
play, I
forces
guess.
are under attack.
Normally not really necessary because going for the pally in the first place is not the right call, but HawK's playing it safe. Maybe he feels, okay, I'm so far ahead in this game, I can give up on the level 2 aura, as long as I just don't lose my heroes.
Yeah. Kind of a safe play, indeed. No tier 3 yet. But breaking upkeep is HawK, more experience, especially on the Blood Mage. Like level 3 around the corner. That is similar to a Mountain King level 3. That is similar to a TC level 3 in terms of effectiveness.
But this Crypt Lord, man. He finds a Pendant of Energy, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have gone into the first fight, gets off one Impale, then gets siphoned, then does nothing else.
Yeah. Couple of right clicks. Pendant, by the way, on the human side as well. HawK floating in 600 gold. And tier 3. If that transition works,
Dude,
What?
HawK is playing this so
Happy.
greedy. Like, he doesn't need to go tier 3 right now. All he needs is to make army so he doesn't die, and then it's looking really good for him. But he's like, whatever, I can squeeze tier 3 in. That's a risk. That is a dangerous risk, which doesn't really seem necessary. But as it turns out, there's no way this will be getting punished because Happy is just sitting back, creeping. And is honestly looking in a very difficult position. Down a base, down in experience, down in supply, and will not be ahead in tech for much longer. These are oftentimes very interesting matches to see Happy in because he's certainly far behind this game.
yeah.
Can
but-
he still win?
I was about to say, like, that doesn't mean too much with Happy. Ring of Protection, really nice for the Crypt Lord. Plus 7 armor now, thanks to Spike Carapace. HawK got the invul on the Blood Mage. That's big. The Paladin, of course, has his Divine Shield. The army is a little split here. Forces him into the fight. The Crypt Lord is lining this up! Impale of Destiny, followed with the Nova. Everything so hurt. Heal scroll after 10 seconds in this fight.
Is it happening again?
It's happening.
Is it seriously happening again?
It's absolutely happening. The AoE damage of the undead is so good. DK is kind of low. HawK is trying to kite, but he was just caught off guard. His army was so out of position, especially against this hero combo. Now Siphon against the Crypt Lord, but he got 2 impales out. That's never supposed to happen, really.
Mana's running out though for Happy.
Yeah.
He had a good fight so far, but now there's no more healing. No more Nova, really.
And there's a lot of healing for HawK. 5 more Holy Lights, and there's 650 mana on the Blood Mage. But
Doesn't
can he
even
work
have
against the cooldown?
upgrades yet on his rifles, by the way. He went tier 3 over upgrades.
Well,
This is such greedy play by HawK. And why did he look for a fight? His tier 3 was coming in. That was a nice save there on the rifle. HawK was taking quite a few risks this game, and
Yeah.
now he finally gets punished. Like, this was totally unnecessary.
So, how long does Happy have to wait until he can take the next fight? He's getting the invul. Oh, it's actually not ready yet, but at least the heal scroll. Lich is crazy on level 3 already, and the statue is helping him. So, HawK only 1 tower. Super greedy here as well. 65 supply. Mountain King 3rd for a little bit of disable, but no inner fire yet. No upgrades. 1-0 only. And no items. 1 invul still on the Blood Mage. That's it.
Big mana purchase on the DK means many more coils.
Yes.
Not too many impales, though. 0 impales, actually.
Siphon again, not on the Crypt Lord. There we go. And there is no impale ready. So it's just a big right clicker at this point.
DK coming into range, getting Siphon now. That's a big deal. Militia also flying in from the main. Nothing died yet. Everything's pretty tanky here. Everything's getting healed up. And HawK is pushing back these forces, gets the first Fiend kill. And the mana on the DK is already gone.
That was maybe not worth the investment, really. Divine Shield on the Paladin, and the lack of Impale and Nova in this fight is so crazy to see. No control. Way better position for HawK, who's now donating some workers to Happy.
And
But still
MK's
a level up.
coming in. That changes a lot.
Trying to nuke the Paladin, but there's always Divine Shield. Oh, okay. Saves himself without it. 2 more Storm Bolts.
That was surprisingly much damage. I didn't think the Pally was going to drop so low.
Me neither.
Priests have to work overtime now. But they don't have Brilliance Aura.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
But Siphon, I mean, he has 650. Just has to wait for the cooldown. And here we go again. HawK at 72. It feels like he has weathered the storm.
Yeah. Again, as long as HawK keeps his heroes alive, this should be looking good. And for that reason, I guess he did take Divine Shield earlier.
We
Gives
have...
over the invul just to be safe as well. Happy again, looking for a bit of a run by. But if he goes into the expansion... he does have the TP. I thought that was gone, but no, he still has it. Crypt Lord close to 3, by the way.
Yep.
DK not too far away from 4 either.
Uses the Impale on 2 workers. Okay.
He knows he can't take a real fight. He's just going for the economy right now.
That works well. Gets the level up too. HawK with another round of items, I imagine. Oh, Blood Mage is quite naked. Invul and Heal Scroll both on the Paladin. Can he catch him? I don't think so. There is a little bit of slow, but also destroyers. Immediately reacting. Maybe an opening for this Crypt Lord. Mountain King is in front. Not the tankiest dude, but the Paladin far in the back. Nice heal on the sword.
Really good movement here by Happy, making use of his superior movement speed. Crypt Lord, great tank in the front line. That's what he always does well, even if he doesn't have mana.
Holy Light in the Mountain King saving him. That was the last coil, by the way. Divine Shield again, and HawK's pushing forward. He can't use any spells. He has to work with the right clicks and the dispels, but he's getting triple kills here.
Serious miss micro here on the priest and the
Oh,
sword.
the Crypt Lord! So close! Can he reach for the Stormbolt? He should! He was stopping for a little, but the hammer falls in the end. Oh, but the Mountain King as well. Both triple heroes down, but Happy has to TP out now. The Crypt Lord kill, of course, way bigger. Being level 3 versus level 1.
Yeah, it's 2 base versus 1. HawK has map positioning. He's going to be able to get to the shop now. Got more invuls, get more heal scrolls. He didn't even use his invuls and heal scrolls, actually. MK is going to be back in a jiffy.
It's 700 gold as well. Just get the invul, and then you should be good. But he's again too greedy for it. Crypt Lord back from the tavern. And he's stuck at 60 supply. What can he do now? Not having to face a Mountain King. The big tank is the bug, but his HP bar is melting once again, and the Holy Light executes him. Dieback, super rare to see that happening to Happy. Holy Lights are real good. And the Siphon. Constantly the Siphon. If you take Happy's weapons away, he has no fun at these fights. Nice splits on these rifles. And once again, no spells.
Yeah. Pallion rifles are pretty good, but the Siphon is what secures it. It's the mana superiority, which is winning HawK these engagements in the end.
Mountain King is back, has some mana. That's gonna be some kills. Blood Mage level 4, and the DK falls. HawK taking a map off of Happy, tying up the series 1-1.
Great sign of confidence there as well. He gets destroyed game 1 with the Pally rifle style, but he says, okay, you know, things went wrong there, but it's okay. I can play much better game 2, and he absolutely did. Playing this really well from beginning to end. Happy probably with the wrong opening there. Going for instant harass. Looked like he wasn't expecting the Pally rifles again. And yeah, once those rifles plus Pally plus Blood Mage find their footing in the late game, it is always a super strong strategy. Getting there is the difficulty. And yeah, no adjustment here by Happy in forms of Banshees, which we sometimes saw against Thorzane. But perhaps this game he didn't have the time because the expansion was running against him. But once again, HawK shows that he is a strong contender against Happy.
Absolutely. Always. Happy against human, not the biggest dominator that he is in other matchups. And HawK, he's just great. You against Thorzane, I think you can expect if you're happy that the Pally rifle play is coming. But now you really have to think, like, what's next? What's HawK going to play? His last Refuge. You can't be sure that it's Pally rifles. You can't be sure that it's Archmage. It could even be a Mountain King. I don't know what's coming. And I guess Happy doesn't know as well.
Yeah, I hope that HawK is able to perfect all these playstyles. That would be so dangerous then to face him. So yeah, now, roll of the dice. What's he gonna play? Happy has to guess. But of course, he's also gonna scout. Undead opening of Ted Fiend build is kind of good against everything. That's why we see it from almost everyone. And that is going to be the opening here again. I'm pretty sure, though, this time Happy's going to scout the main right away. On Echo, he didn't quite scout the main. He was looking for Archmage movement elsewhere. But yeah, he will need to scout this main. He will want to scout this main because it's Pally rifles again. Third game in a row.
Okay, no building in HawK's main. That was a great game on Echo, with great early game defense and preventing the last hits, getting an early level 2 Paladin, which is pretty key, not losing rifles early, and then, especially with the fast level 3 Blood Mage, this matchup is kind of swinging out of control. So, Happy, do you have an answer to the strat now? Is your harass just going to be better? Let's see about that. Blacksmith, Barracks, Alta, Pally rifles confirmed.
With Thorzane playing this successfully against Happy, with HawK playing this successfully against Happy, is this just what the humans from Europe are going to play from now on?
It is super effective. It makes a lot of sense. And if it's working against Happy, it works against everyone.
You guys remember who Happy faced at WGL? He faced TH. Another pretty good human player, I think we can all agree. And he kind of destroyed him, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Is it time for TH to start playing Pally rifles?
I would love to see his Banish micro.
Yeah. And his genius. Maybe he can find some new way to play some new transitions or something. But yeah, I have never ever seen TH play Pally rifles. I'm sure he's played it on ladder a bunch, probably.
There's gonna be some guys who watch his streams religiously. But yeah, in a pro environment, me neither. But yeah, Thorzane introducing this, HawK now copying the build and executing it really, really, really well.
Czechi is calling a tier 2 expansion by Happy.
Okay.
That is a very, very unusual style. Don't know.
Especially since Happy is loving Destroyer so much.
Yeah.
And his orb so much. I don't know if he's the guy for a tier 2 expansion.
And that just would mean that HawK could just counter expand. Isn't that exactly what human wants? To be on 2 bases?
They would have a lot of time, yeah.
But we will give Czechi the benefit of the doubt. If your call is correct, my friend, then that's pretty impressive. We'll see.
I love the fact, by the way, there's this funny Warcraft 3 moment compilation thing, and Czechi is back for like, what, 4 weeks or so? And he's featured 3 times in that compilation. It's like, okay, man, glad to have you back.
Look at this aggressive creeping by Happy. No harassment at all anymore, but super aggro creeping with DK Skeletons and Acolyte for a fast level 2. And perhaps even the Overseer. Yeah.
Okay, waking up the creeps to get Bloodlust on it.
Players' forces are under attack.
Really good usage of these Wands of Illusion, actually. Yeah. For tanking, for distraction, for scouting, for harass. HawK, what's he doing? He's running across the entirety of the map.
Yeah.
Looks like a bit of wasted time over here. Happy. Surrounding skills. Rifles are actually pretty hard to surround, but he gets it!
Wow. These illusions early game. He used them perfectly. Every single charge.
But why did HawK go down to the High Priest? Why didn't he just creep the next green for level 2? Wait for more rifles.
Happy with a coil! Ouch.
That's level 2 denied.
Ouch, 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 ouch. This early game. Flawless by Happy. The revenge of the Emperor. Here on Last Refuge.
Experience was the big problem in game 2. Not so big of a problem anymore. DK almost level 3 already, which is insane.
This creep route is pretty crazy, and he arrived here at the perfect time. And this time, like, think back of the beginning on Echo Elves, how well HawK was playing around it there, dodging 2 pump fakes and all, getting every single bit of experience, and here, nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, and suddenly the game is looking very different already.
Yeah.
At this time, last game, Pally was either level 3 already or was almost there. I guess he's getting close now himself, but look at the rifles. Once again, they're all bruised. That's exactly what the Lich loves to see. DK with the last hit steal. Wasn't even a coil required.
And we have a snare on this rifleman. Man, when it rains, it pours. This is a disaster.
This rifle should die. Coil coming in. Oh, one more shot. Oh my god, does he get the surround here as well?
It's still good damage. It's still a block. The big goat in front.
Oh my god, Happy. Mercy, Happy.
Oh, wow. TP with 6, but guess what? The shop is outside the base. He's going in. Are the skeletons enough? He had the replenishment potion, but it's cancelled.
I'm surprised he doesn't just dive.
I think he's waiting for the mana, no? It's just 15 more. He gets some kills here, and then he can long-range coil, and then bye-bye.
It's nighttime, so it's not that easy to spot the Pally. Skeletons are here for scouting.
And that's exactly what he's looking for.
Coil is ready.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Domination!
Oh my god.
6 minutes 30 and 4 minutes of this game were destruction.
Isn't it insane how hard you can get punished by Happy if you don't safely creep level 2?
Yeah.
The decision not to go to the next green camp lost him the game.
Super sick. 6 minutes. And it wasn't like HawK tapped out unnecessarily early, like in Infi or so. Before, like a couple of years ago. That was a very justified GG. That's so scary.
Looking scary again.
You have this game too, and you think, okay, HawK found a solution that works with a great Blood Mage and all, and then you have Last Refuge. Doesn't that break you mentally?
I mean, it was kind of similar to game 1. Game 1, he also got destroyed. Not as hard as here, but he still got destroyed. So, HawK showed before that he can bounce back. He's gonna be required to bounce back now a second time. Concealed Hill, map 4, Happy on match and tournament point.
One more
Ryzing
map.
Star Cup 1 is drawing to a close.
Indeed. The first edition of hopefully many more to come might be over after Concealed Hill. That is HawK's second map choice. And if he's not winning this map, he's out, and Happy wins the first Ryzing Star Cup by AMD. Looking rough after LR. So HawK, what is it now? Is it something more normal than the Pally rifles? Or is it the same again? Trying to get a good head start like you did on Echo Elves. And it is an empty base again.
Alright. I wonder, it must be just a Happy special, right? We just saw him yesterday against Lucifer. Has his opinion completely shifted, and does he suddenly think this is the best style against Undead, or is this just the best style against Happy? I think it's just against Happy, and I think that actually makes sense. Happy plays against HawK's one-base tier 3 style really well, and has always been insanely strong against fast expansions. So, I think HawK might be right here. This might be the best strategy to play against Happy, but you have to have a solid early game.
Yeah.
You can't lose your rifles. You can't slow down your creeping.
So how possible is it for Happy to harass here? The map is pretty big.
So the Pally will get level 1.7 right away. And then the green camp should be a given for the level up to 2. But what you always want is a fast level 3. And for that, Echo Isles is amazing. There's so many small, easy camps with lots of heavy armor as well, which is what rifles like. Here, the first 2 camps are easy. The green camps are also easy on the map. But everything else is pretty hard to creep. So it's not that easy of a level 3 Pally, honestly. But first things first. Get level 2 first of all. That is already what was not even acquired on map 2. No, map 3, excuse me.
Happy is giving HawK some time to build his hero and the first rifles. Speeds it up with 2 coils. And then rushes over, I guess, but he's creeping at least a little. Attacking, of course, as well. Graveyard for the Fiends. On the other side, Paladin still in production. Quite a head start for Happy, but that's the nature of this build.
Not aiming for the level 2 creep. Kind of a new classic on Concealed for Undead is. Finish the first camp, send the skeletons plus 2 ghouls to the green to creep up the turtle there, and boom, there is level 2. But this is actually better. He's going towards the green in the middle of the map, which the Pally absolutely would have loved to creep at a certain point. But Happy steals it away, gets his own level 2, and could even follow up with the Kobold camp in the bottom right. And then it's going to be really tough for the Paladin to creep anything, unless he wants to go far on the map.
Okay, there's the level 2. Paladin still away. And Happy arrives right in time. Knows exactly what HawK is doing. Only 1 charter for Necromancy remaining. So not too much to do with that. But yeah, it's distraction. It's preventing level 3. And with the aura, this is actually not that hard.
Happy once again seems to have a very good opening build here lined up.
Are under attack.
And look how different everything is with early game creeping compared to not early game creeping.
Yeah.
Of course, this map is really good for DK to creep early on solo and to get level 2 fast on Echo Isles. It's still doable, but it's a lot less natural to go for.
Could be a Holy Light kill on this Acolyte. Get a little closer to level 2.
militia.
Yeah.
But the DK is ready for it. Oh, not quite ready for it.
And a surround. Can he fight through this? Yes, he can. I guess with how much losses is the question. 2 peasants down. Another coil. Oh, he really wants to get out. Forces the TP. He gets a couple of kills out, but that's a problem for Happy now.
A TP forced only with a militia surround. Great play there by
Player's
HawK.
forces are under attack.
Losing 2 peasants, the question is how much lumber is that gonna cost him in the long run?
Remo. This is the ritual dagger. By Happy.
Hell
Unbelievable. We see this. Yeah, sick place. Like, in general, this cup is delivering in pretty much every single round.
Yeah, pretty good. And HawK with that TP forced also gave some map positioning, right? Forces the DK across the map. He's too low HP to do anything. Wait a minute. HawK. Can you creep this with 4 rifles? No, he's just healing, right? Right?
I don't know.
You can't creep this.
I mean, it saves him the Regent Scroll that he got earlier. That means he...
Wait a minute. You can creep this with only 5 rifles?
Holy Light investment, I guess?
That is the fastest red camp here I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's working. It is working.
And, like, it seems pretty easy.
Wow, if this doesn't get scouted and punished, this is so strong. That's gonna be almost level 4 for the Pally.
Happy is in no position to do anything against it, right?
Look how easy this is. Perhaps you could have even done this with 4 rifles.
I've
Would
not
have,
seen
of
this
course,
before.
taken a little longer.
And, like, especially against Happy, who's usually so great with scouting, thanks to this TP, what was he supposed to do?
Happy gets the return red camp with the Ogre Lord. But only the big boy. So way more experience on the human side.
Ruined bracers for HawK. That is phenomenal against the undead nuke, especially for the Blood Mage, who, yeah, his biggest weakness is him being so squishy. Blood Mage confirmed, power build on the Sanctum, and the DK wants to heal at the fountain, but Paladin says,
Ah, look at those ruined bracers coming in pretty handy.
Happy didn't check the inventory.
Nope.
Otherwise, he would have used it on the units. Another Holy Light. Man, he's threatening this DK quite a bit.
That sentry as well. So valuable.
Yeah.
And this must be expansion now. This must be expansion now.
With this start.
But here, the peasant losses hurt. These two peasants lost. Look at the lumber for HawK. 225, 222 here a second ago. That's like barely enough. Tier 3 is gonna be ultra late. But that might be a blessing in disguise.
Speaking of tier 3, Jackie, your prediction a little off, but keep trying, buddy. Yeah, I wonder if he's doing that. There's a Sorg first, there's priests now. Close to level 4 and a pendant of energy. HawK's items are ridiculous.
With the crystal ball, Happy sees the expansion soon. Was of course early to predict, but he gets the confirmation now. So Happy. How to win this one? Kind of like Echo Isles. Once again, pretty early in the game. He's very far behind. That game, of course, he wasn't able to win, but Happy made it close with some sensational impales of destiny.
That these impales should have never happened. And I guess HawK will and must react better to this. Level 2 for the Blood Mage. Banished unlocked. Can save units and... Ooh, running into the Siphon! That's dangerous! Forces the coil. Okay, there's plenty of mana on the DK, but no TP anymore.
Dark Ranger third this time. Yeah, I think she's just way more likely to work out well.
I agree. Nice Nova. Nice rifle kills. HawK a little bit out of position. There's also silence on the Paladin, and that forces the TP. How different this looks. Double kill on HawK's way out. Great execution by HawK. Expo's finished, but this time he didn't go for the safety tower. I'm not too sure if HawK has this in the back. It's a 50 supply Happy, and that boy's scary. He has no consumables, but great silences again. He can't use the Siphon. Well, it's great. The tower was cancelled. Militia is in, but also ghouls. And this will decide the game. This might decide the tournament right here. Siphon mana can finally be used. Denies the next Nova, which is so helpful for these riflemen. Statues are doing a great job. Militia can't really do anything. The ghouls are still alive, not focused at all, despite doing such a great damage. Now switching the targets.
Mana superiority for HawK is established again, though he lost a lot earlier, but now he's not losing much anymore. No Coil Nova to fear anymore, and plenty more Holy Lights on the way. One more silence, keeping these heroes at bay, but Dark Ranger still has to be careful. And yeah, look at the mana state. Statue's not good enough to deal with all of this. Yeah, Siphon coming in over and over. Pally in a bit of trouble, has to be careful, but Divine Shield is ready again. We will use it to stay safe.
Skeletons take out the peasants in the meantime, so it's not that bad for Happy, but he can't TP out. This is pretty much do or die. If he loses more and more units, he loses the game here, and there's a couple more Holy Lights to use. Siphon again, and the Holy Light is ready to keep this Blood Mage at bay. Feet numbers falling. Is there one big nuke, something in him? He's close to a coil. This Paladin is in danger. What's going on? Can he just... Okay, the Rune Braces. The Rune Braces save his life right now.
This is so close. But Happy somehow holds on.
And the peasants are all dead. HawK has no lumber. He's at 45 supply. Happy has a supply lead. Oh my god. He has to re-engage. Soon. There's no repair. But now there's mana. There's Nova. The Siphon comes in a little too late. Can't even prevent the next coil. Abomination's coming in. Happy. So crazy.
Yeah, once again with a safety Divine Shield. But HawK isn't finding any kills anymore, as it seems. Holy Light defensively. Coil as well. Level ups now for Happy's heroes as well. That's now Dark Arrow in the mix. So Skeletons could be coming in.
snowball about to start. I guess the siphons are really good, taking out that abomination rather quickly. No consumables here. Okay, uses the holy light. 100. That's pretty much it. The paladin out of that fight can't holy light himself, and Happy is saving all the units and continues to put damage on this expansion. Banish saves finally. We missed this in the fight so far. Lich level 3. Got some mana. Next Nova coming. There's no banish. Not using it immediately. What a tug of war. Head-to-head, supply-wise. These peasants will fall. Will the Expo fall? Will HawK fall?
Not even a shop in the main, so how is this paladin supposed to heal up? The one priest has to be the answer, but this expansion seems to be all but lost now. Can HawK recover on one base?
He didn't get to tier 3, right? It was just tier 2. Unbelievable siege. He wasn't supposed to win that fight after the early mid-game.
Just a second ago, by the way, the first attack upgrade finished. I think that's the one questionable thing here by HawK. Why is he always so slow with these upgrades? Upgrades only after the expo.
Under attack.
He's recovering a little. 50 supply. He's super low on lumber due to all the militia usage. Maybe that's why I'm not... He can still delay the expansion, but Happy's timing was so good, it would have been even better if it's a little later. I don't know. Any transition coming? No. No Banshees again. There's no level 3 Blood Mage. That's the big thing! Speaking of big, this Nova. Oh my. Hitting everything. And HawK again can't get kills. He can't get kills. These spiders are just going home. The Destroyer will most likely be saying, oh no, 5 supply gone, okay. But in the meantime, Skeletons, Heroes, they're doing rampage against these rifles.
Too much damage. It's too much stuff everywhere. HawK is throwing out quite a few holy lights, but it doesn't seem to be enough healing against all of this DPS anymore.
Too many kills. It's way too many kills for Happy. We can't get the level 3 Siphon, Blood Mage for the level 2 Siphon. And with that, there is a limited number of spells, but if Happy hits them, it's mass murder. And again, the Fiend saves. Both heroes about to die. One of them will die, and that is the... Oh, banish on the Blood Mage. Okay, saves him for now. Dispels him with the Destroyer. It's just a matter of time. The Blood Mage is dead, and so is HawK. And the first Rising Star is Happy, winning this edition of our Weekly Cup. 3-1 in the final against HawK. It looked so good after the early mid-game. But then, no chance. One bad fight, and Happy breaks your neck.
Yeah. How did that game turn around so much? Man, it really feels like one mistake against Happy and you're done. That's just it. It's over. HawK could have played that differently. He could have, instead of contesting in the middle, could have gone to the red camp, could have perhaps solo crept the Blood Mage there to level 3. That could have made a big difference. But more than that, I feel like it's the upgrades which were lacking. But yeah, if he goes for upgrades, maybe he can't go for the expansion as quickly. Hard to tell. Hard to tell what the right move there is. But he made Happy work for it. And it was not a map, like flawless 0 map loss victory for Happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's had easier evenings, I guess.
Yeah. Happy is vulnerable in this matchup. Let's just hope for next week, because next week is Rising Star Episode 2. You can sign up already. It's risingstar.backtowarcraft.com. Once again, we have $100 for the winner and $50 for the runner-up, sponsored by AMD. For 4 weeks in a row, throughout the entirety of December, we will have these cups. And I hope to see many of you out there. Today was really special. We haven't had like organized tournaments in 4 years, I think. Our admin team wasn't too experienced. Many of them did this for the first time, and I think that was pretty flawless. We had 100 players, which I never thought would be possible. 3 digits in the lineup. Freaking fantastic. I was a little nervous going into this cup, but it all worked out so nicely. And having an open weekly cup again, with games like today, with Kibikaki versus Death Note, the series of the day. Happy being challenged here. Star-Shaped and Kiwi in the final 4. HawK displaying new tactics for his style. There was a lot of good in the Rising Star Cup #1.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Kiwi Kaki, a player who I hope we'll be seeing much, much more in the future. And yeah, next week, we're gonna be back with the next Rising Star Cup next Saturday. Keep that marked down in your calendars, guys, at 5 p.m. But much sooner than that, we're gonna be back tomorrow, actually, with a nice, long day of Super Sunday.
Absolutely. We're going to start with the end of Rust's Brain Cup. I think they will start at like 3 or something. We have to figure that out because I think they ended a little earlier than they should have today. And then my highlight for tomorrow is W3IL. We go into the playoffs. We are at the Final Four, and we're going to cast Sweden versus Dust, which is pretty much Sweden versus America. Dust has been improving so hard, smashing it this season. The surprise of the season. Sweden, the runner-up of last year, barely getting into the playoffs. We're gonna get Thorzane, of course. We're gonna get Starshaped, who made it top 4 this time. We're gonna get Hitman at Long Walk, OC, all the grades. Sweden versus North America. I can't wait for that. And of course, then the week after, the grand final of W3IL. Another amazing tournament.
Yeah. Guys, we have Warcraft in stock for you over the weekend, as you're used to. We already had quite a few amazing games, and tomorrow we're going to continue. But for today, we're pretty much done, and yeah, I'm glad. I'm really hungry, actually. I'm like super hungry right
As
now.
always, yes. Big shout out to AMD with their brands Ryzen and Radeon to partner up with us for this, for a thing that the scene was waiting for a long time. Now they got our back. So shout out to AMD. Check out their homepage. It's amd.com. If you need a new CPU or a new graphic card, maybe you want to go to them for now. And yeah, I guess that's it. We see each other next week for the Rising Star Cup and tomorrow for more Warcraft 3. Thank you so much for being part of this. And yeah, bye-bye.